Kind people are a national treasure, and we want to cultivate good friendships based on sincerity. And yeah, there's all kinds of friends. You've heard the expression, with friends like that, who needs enemies? Then there's frenemies, fair weather friends, friends with fringe benefits, friends in high places. Oh no, we're just about being a good friend. And that means taking time to understand that person and their circumstances. And that's why I want to thank y'all, because I had some strange circumstances going on. Yet somehow you understood me and where I was coming from. Yes, I got stuck in a gator swamp of depression and loneliness. I always felt I was on the outside looking in, and I wanted to be in life and to be cherished. But thanks to you good people, I understand that now my new path is much better than any old path, and no man is going to be a key to my happiness. It's my ability to make others happy and to feel good about themselves that brings a lasting happiness. And I was thinking about friends and how some people that claim to be your friend but will take your words out of context and twist it and try to bash you over the head with it. It's like, oh no.
It's funny, isn't it, when she talks about people that take words out of context and then try and use it to bash you, try and use it to put you down, try and use it to pretty much make you look like as if you're the villain, when in reality, she is the villain. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I recommend you watch my most recent video about Debbie being a scammer. Because in that video, so actually, no. That video and also the video before that, about how Debbie recruited Ruben to be on the show. She literally went on a dating website, lied about her age, cut off 10 years, okay, to say that she was 57, when in reality now, in today's, and right now she's actually 69, to be fair, but to say that she's 57, and then told this man that, hey, I want you to come on the show with me. Didn't want any romance, just wanted to come. And then since they've been on the show, all she's trying to do now is to make him look as if he's this crazy villain, saying that Ruben is a scammer, when in reality it's her that's doing the scamming. You know what it is in life? Sometimes there's people who live a life that is based on a lie. And when I say that, what I mean is some people live a life where they just live a life based on manipulation. And the people that live life based on manipulations are people that live life based on a lie, if you ask me. Because really and truly, how the hell do they ever identify what is real and what is fake? Because if they spend more time trying to spin the narrative, control the narrative, to lie, to try and use other people, abuse other people, then the question really is here is, so Debbie, where is your truth though? Where is your truth in life? Because really and truly, all she does is makes videos, trying to talk about how other people have done wrong towards her. All she does is go on a TV show and then she'll talk about how someone done wrong by her, even though she literally just started dating this man around the ages of him being 19, 20, even though she was already in her freaking 60s. As if these things aren't big things. And then to go on and then they come back on the show again with a different guy, but this time a guy that she recruited who actually she never had any romance with in the first place. But it's okay though, because at the end of the day with Debbie, as long as she continues to believe her BS, well, the more she's going to continue living an unhealthy life. And it's so sad to see someone that is 69 years of age today, not as in today's her birthday, but in today, in present time, and still has the energy to come online and to make videos about who are your friends. Fake friends are to be feared. Grossly damage our spirit, Miss Debbie. And to be fair, even when I look at some of the hashtags as well, Tyler Perry Studios, suicide prevention, interesting. Mental Health America, 988. I'm not too sure what that means. Let me know, please. Because I'm sure that's an American thing, maybe. Emotional awareness. Stop the violence. It's funny because she should be putting in all these hashtags, there's one that she's missed that is close to home to her. Hashtag master manipulator. Hashtag living a lie. Hashtag always spinning the narrative. Hashtag narcissist. But let's continue.
And I
And for the people who don't know the thing that I'm referencing, again, watch my 2 previous videos on there, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
sat up a couple of nights and I kept thinking, well, what's going on? And I came up with this quote. Fake friends are to be feared. They ferociously damage your spirit. So I said to myself, oh no. It's like, no more fake friends for Miss Debbie. You know, I say embrace your inner weirdo. Because we have big hearts and we're kind.
Embrace your inner weirdo, but did she not shit on Ruben's inner weirdo? Like the way she commented about the way he dressed, both on the show as well as the tell-all. But okay, cool. No worries. No worries.
You know, my kids sometimes used to say to me, Mom, you're Captain Oblivious. Well, it's because I'm thinking of like maybe 5 or 10 things at once, and maybe I'm not look like I'm paying attention, but I do pay attention.
I mean, so basically you're telling us that you definitely was paying attention, you definitely was aware of the fact that you was in a relationship with a man that was pretty much not only old enough to be your son, but old enough to also be your grandson. Interesting. And now listen, this conversation isn't about the fact that, you know, Mahmood is about the fact that Osama was so young. It's more the fact that she likes to speak as if she's this person that knows so much, but yet she was out there pretty much in a way grooming a man that was so freaking young. And then when they came on the show, she made the whole show be about how he was using her, about how he had taken advantage of her, which can easily be true. But you can't then deny or try and pretend or try and spin a story as if he was completely innocent in the whole situation. Because the real question is this: whilst you was trying to portray this man to be X, Y, Z, what the hell was you doing with a man of his age in the first place? What was you doing? You know, that is the real question, isn't it? I mean, look, at the end of the day, you know, obviously with Osama, he's obviously someone that, based on the story that was portrayed, somebody that maybe needed a little bit of financial support in life. And of course, Debbie presented that to him. So I guess he took advantage of it, fair enough. But why the hell did she do that in the first place? She should have been looking for a man around her own age, to be honest with you. A man that's ready to retire with her. A man that's ready to, you know, spend the rest of his days with her. Not a man that was basically going to become her freaking carer. But hey, Debbie will always make sure things expand in narrative that the person that she's dealing with on the TV screen is the villain and not her. And that's why when Colt's mom, Mama Debbie, shall I say, that's why when she came in and spoke up against her, she didn't like it. Because she was the one that came on the show and actually spoke up against her. She didn't like the fact that she's been challenged. We saw all hot and bothered, you know, losing some of her words. Well, not losing them, but definitely readjusting her body language to make sure that she could look at the other Debbie eye to eye and be like, okay, one of us is going to walk away from this conversation being the one. And it never really went well for her, did it? But meanwhile, we had other cast members like Tim and Veronica pretty much, or Tim in particular, pretty much justifying Debbie's actions about basically being a catfish, lying about her age. But hey,
It's just, you know, some people they're hardwired differently. So that's my excuse. But I say, you know, always embrace that inner child. Because no matter what's on the outside, that inner child is still young and learning to fly, no matter how old we are. I love you and thank you for being my friend and understanding me. God bless you.
I mean, you know, for a very long time, and even till now, I'm someone who's always said, listen, you should never let go of your inner child. You know, and make sure that you keep inner child is very key to your happiness throughout his life. And I say this because regardless of how we was brought up, regardless of what life we was born into, whether we had a good childhood or a bad childhood, I always believe that you should keep your inner child, because I've always said that we are at our strongest when we were younger, because when we were younger, we had to get up and get on with things regardless. And that was purely because back then we didn't know too much. You know, nowadays it's harder for us to maybe get up and do certain things because we know so much that our mind obviously automatically overthinks for the most part. As a kid, we don't know anything, so we just keep going and going and going and going. Sadly, in today's society, though, being a child isn't really a thing because nowadays children obviously, you know, are raised differently. But I'll leave that one there, to be honest, because that's a whole nother conversation. But for my own generation, really and truly, I always say, yeah, it is important to keep your inner child. It is important to make sure that you keep that within you, possess something that's always going to allow you to continue being adventurous, something that's going to allow you to continue always having fun in life, and something that's always going to allow you to think, you know, effort, let me just do this and just enjoy it for what it is. Because obviously sometimes when we are an adult and we let our adult responsibilities and all that kind of stuff consume us, we forget to also have fun. But when we were kids, for the most part, we always found a way to be doing some fun. Whether the fun was good fun or bad fun, at least we were doing something, you know what I mean? But that is based on making sure that you as a person can continue being free in life. You as a person can continue enjoying it for what it is, right? But that is not based on keeping in a child to the extent of where you are still going to look to date people that are still children as well. I'll happily continue to sit on that. But it's funny, though, because she talks about obviously being in a child, but yet her whole character isn't even based on her being in a child. Her whole character isn't even based on even being weird, to be honest with you. Her whole character is just based on the fact that I am Miss Debbie, and what I say, people must listen, people must believe, and then that's just that. You know what's so funny, though, as well about Debbie? She's a woman that loves to talk about things that indicate other people and never reflect on herself in the correct way. Meanwhile, she's the one that is mistreating people. Again, watch my videos. But not only mistreating people, but she's also another person who's also got a criminal record herself. Sadly, with a criminal record, though, I did find some information about it, but it's pretty much all been, I wouldn't use the word redacted. It's all been come up as unavailable. I'm not too sure why it's come up unavailable, but that's a very interesting one, isn't it? I am still trying to find out what exactly it is. You know, I think one of them was to do some sort of traffic violation, which is a very minor situation, but another one, it was literally just like said unavailable, which is very, very suspect, to be fair with you. So my point being is, it's not a bad thing that she's been arrested before. It's not a bad thing that she's got a criminal record, because we all have a past, right? You know what I mean? Some people do have this for them, and it's not necessarily, let's say, the end of the world, but how you continue to carry yourself as if you're better than other people is absolutely ridiculous. How you try to carry yourself as if you are, as if you feel you are the beacon of speech to other people, as if you're an advocate of other people, is ridiculous, when in reality, you can't even clean up your own shiz. I hope I made my point there. Because obviously that little bit there can be a little bit contradictory. It's very subjective, you know, because like I said before, there are people who definitely got a record or whatnot who have the right to speak up, but then there's some people who don't actually learn from their behavior. And their behavior makes them become, if not narcissistic, their behavior is what makes them become manipulators. Well, I guess tomorrow we've got the last episode of the Tale, or should I say tonight, obviously US time tonight. UK for me, obviously I'll be watching it tomorrow. And I guess obviously once we see the finale of the Tale, we'll see what else goes down with Debbie, and see what else obviously she decides to speak about. And then obviously we can definitely summarize pretty much exactly how we all feel about her. But like I said before, I've exposed her twice now already. Check out those videos if you haven't already, you know what I mean, because they're very, very crucial videos. And of course, if I do find any more information, I'll be definitely here to let you guys know. And with that being said, I'm going to go off and blow my freaking nose because I got a cold right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.